All right, everybody, welcome back. We are diving into a topic today that I think is pretty relevant to all of us who enjoy eating.
Absolutely.
Which I think is probably everybody listening to this show, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be talking about cookware today.
Okay.
So we got a bunch of listener-submitted information about iCook cookware. And there's something in there that really piqued my interest. It mentioned the movie Dark Waters.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen that?
I have. Yeah, Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about DuPont.
Right. And the whole PFOA thing. And I was like, wait a minute, what does that have to do with cookware? And so that's kind of what spurred this whole deep dive today into cookware and more specifically iCook. But before we get into that, I think we need to address the elephant in the room, which is Dark Waters. And you know, kind of what that whole thing is about.
Well, Dark Waters, as you were alluding to, it's the story of this lawyer, played by Mark Ruffalo, who uncovers a really dark secret about DuPont.
And specifically about this chemical called PFOA, which DuPont was using in the production of Teflon, which is a non-stick coating that's found on a lot of cookware.
Right. Now, I will say, just from the outset, I've actually been using non-stick cookware for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much my entire adult life.
Mm-hmm.
And
same here.
So I'm really interested to hear kind of what the downsides are to that, because I really haven't looked into it much.
Well, it turns out that PFOA, this chemical that they were using, is really toxic. And it can cause all sorts of health problems like cancer and liver disease and all sorts of really nasty stuff.
Oh, wow.
And the worst part is that this chemical doesn't break down in the environment.
Oh.
So it just kind of accumulates and gets into the water and gets into the soil, and it just kind of stays there forever.
So it's like this forever chemical that's, we use it for a little while, it goes in the environment and never goes away.
Right.
Wow. That's not good.
It's really scary, and the film does a really good job of kind of showing the human impact of that. There are all these people in this town in West Virginia where DuPont was dumping this chemical, and they're getting sick, and their animals are getting sick, and it's just really sad.
Wow.
So yeah, Dark Waters is definitely worth watching if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, so that definitely sheds a whole new light on the whole cookware situation.
For sure.
Well, let's get into iCook then, because they actually, we got this information from our listeners, and they talk a lot about how their cookware is PFOA free, and they really emphasize their use of stainless steel.
Yeah, it seems like they're really trying to position themselves as the safe and healthy alternative to nonstick cookware.
Okay, well, let's go through some of the things that they mentioned in the material. So they talk about VITALOK and OptiTempa technologies. What are those all about?
Yeah, it sounds kind of fancy, right?
Right, yeah.
But it seems like VITALOK is all about preserving nutrients in your food.
And what about OptiTemp?
Well, OptiTempa seems to be focused on heat distribution. So making sure that your food cooks evenly.
Right.
So you don't have like hot spots in the pan or...
Oh, yeah. I hate that.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah, when half of it's burned and half of it's raw still.
Exactly. And it sounds like iCook uses like a special base on their pans that helps to distribute the heat evenly.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
One other thing that they mentioned is they're NSF certified. I see that on a lot of different products, but I don't actually know what it means.
Yeah. NSF stands for the National Sanitation Foundation. And it's basically an independent organization that tests products to make sure that they meet certain safety standards.
Okay.
So in the case of cookware, it means that the materials are safe for food contact.
Okay.
And that the manufacturing process is up to snuff.
So it's kind of like a third-party seal of approval.
Exactly. It's a good sign.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So it sounds like this iCook stuff is really trying to differentiate themselves by being this, healthy alternative to all these non-stick PFOA-laden cookware options out there.
It really seems like they're focusing on quality and safety and health.
Okay, cool. All right, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into cookware, and we'll see you next time.